charge of the action, Dan Mergliano.
Yeah, this is a fight that everybody in the local MMA scene's been buzzing about. It's one I've been looking forward to. These guys really don't like each other, and they're both very skilled, and they're getting right to it.
This is a fight that I saw on the card. I was immediately excited to see these two guys get to do it.
Yeah, a lot of people were hitting me up asking about this, and, we're excited. And obviously we were excited to put it together.
Wow, already trading a lot of punches and kicks here.
Yeah, these guys are going at it. Both of these guys are solid 35-pounders. Marshall's very big. Fans of Shogun fights know that Marshall's already 2-0 inside the Shogun cage, looking to make it 3-0. Amir, very experienced fighter, extensive amateur background,
Sure.
Very well-rounded. This fight is going to be exciting wherever it goes. Both of these guys are well-versed fighters, and as you see, Marshall's already got a Kimura on Amir.
Umir may prove to be the stiffest test that Marshall's had here in the Shogun cage. These guys are both very big 35-pounders.
Nice. Got it out. Nice. Roll
Nice
through.
Kimura
Very
attempt
good.
here.
Seeing solid skills on both sides
Absolutely.
right now. Amir toughs it out, working his way back to guard. Marshall on top now.
Marshall in a weird space here guard-wise. He needs to be in or out, but he's kind of
I was getting ready to say, Amir better watch them feet.
Another ankle lock.
We know that Marshall loves to attack the legs.
It's a submission when he has here in the Shogun cage, and Amir apparently not bothered by a seemingly pretty deep straight ankle lock.
Yeah, looks pretty relaxed here.
Might look to
Looking
good
to step
God.
over.
That is a deep submission there, and Hawk's going to
He's
squeeze out, but
and he's looked like he was looking for his own leg for a minute.
wow, a solid chin. Umir takes a knee from Marshall Thompson and smiles at him.
Yeah, these guys are both tough, man.
And disliking your opponent, it can take you a long way. Now, it seems they're at least through that initial period of kind of just scrapping, and now they're both thinking it through a little bit more. Some nice leg kicks exchanged, but already more methodical than it was in that first 30 to 60 seconds.
Yeah, well, when the first 2 minutes of the fight are just straight nonstop, swinging punches, going for submissions, I think when you get out, it's time to reset and hopefully settle into your game plan at this point. It's impossible to keep that pace up for 15 minutes.
Sure, Thompson doing a good job kind of countering these kicks and even doing some tie clinching, something we've not seen a ton from him before.
Yeah, I think Amir is a guy who likes to stand and trade. I know that he enjoys training Muay Thai. So, we're looking at a guy right now who I think wants to get inside and trade blows and get into that clinch and throw some knees.
Well, these guys are certainly airing it out early. Both guys looking for nice head kicks, looking for big punches. And, again, so far the exciting fight that the fans and yours truly was looking forward to.
Yeah, this was a tough weight cut for Marshall. So I'm waiting to see, does it affect his conditioning at all as this fight goes on, because the pace these guys are keeping isn't an easy one.
Sure, making weight is the first battle, but then recovering from it if you do a deep cut like Marshall Thompson does. I mean, this is a guy who it looks like right now he's walking around at 160 pounds, who weighed 135 last night.
Right, nice, caught the kick and delivered the right-hand counter. Now he's looking to rain down some shots.
And surprising that he doesn't want to go to the ground with Amir Hague.
Yeah, I was surprised, especially since he's the guy that had the submission attempt in the last exchange there.
Sure, and I believe both of Marshall's wins in the Shogun cage have been by submission, at least against Keon Wilkins it was. So he's a ground-savvy guy. And Umir Haq, if he's got an Achilles heel, I think that would probably end up being it.
Yeah, he submitted both of his opponents, submitted Dean Lavin as well. At this point, now Marshall's already showed he's had a Kimura attempt. He's had a straight ankle lock attempt, and right now these guys are just standing up tagging each other. So very fan-friendly fight so far.
Wow, both trade left hooks there. Thompson's already looking a little tired. That mouth is open. His face looks a little beat. I really hope this isn't something that comes into the later rounds,
Yeah, he's taking a lot of shots, so... is it the weight cut? Is it conditioning? Is a nose maybe broken from being punched in it? So, these are all things that can happen in the heat of battle.
Sure, and Hawk catching a nice kick there and getting a takedown of his own and doing what really I thought we'd see Thompson doing, getting a takedown, locking down, getting some heavy hips, and either looking to pass or distribute some ground and pound.
Yeah, here's Marshall. He's looking for a submission again. I really got to give Marshall his props. The guy, when he's on the ground, he's looking to finish. When he's standing up, he's trading blows. 10 seconds left here. If I'm both of these guys, I'm chilling and waiting for the next round.
Sure. There's no reason to think that the next 2 rounds aren't going to be as tough as this one. And, this round could end up being kind of a toss-up. Hopefully this won't take him out of this fight. You see guys nowadays, even guys like Thiago Alves and George St. Pierre, cutting huge amounts of weight, and the only way that you can be successful is if you do it and then rehydrate scientifically. And a lot of guys are even in favor of having day of weigh-ins to prevent guys from cutting 15 and 20 pounds.
Yeah, I'm in favor of the day before weigh-in.
Wow.
Mainly because these guys are still going to cut that weight anyway.
Yeah, they're going to cut it whether we like it or not.
Nice. You got a lot of action going on here. Amir's already back to throwing a crazy spinning back fist attempt, almost hit him. Marshall's content to slug it out.
Wow, another nice spinning back
one.
fist. He's a teammate of Brent Hess from Aikido, and you wonder if there's something in the water over there that just makes your stand-up that exciting.
Yeah, well, you heard Mr. Hess in the corner. It's actually Brent's father is their trainer, and he told him, he's over there throwing up, push the pace and get on him, which would be smart, if you think your opponent's weaker. If I'm Amir, I need to push the pace. I need to test this guy. I would be looking to kick him to the body, hit him to the body. Obviously the stomach's not feeling well, so try to use it to your advantage.
Absolutely. Forrest Griffin wrote in his first book, if you thought that scene in The Karate Kid where he kicked his hurt knee was bad, then you shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah,
if your opponent's hurt, go right to it. And Hawk seemingly taking a break from that. I don't really understand why he's not doing exactly what you're saying, John. Pushing him, kneeing him, kicking him in the stomach, and getting his already rumbly-tumbly, feeling a little worse.
Yeah, the pace is slowed a little bit here. He's going to the legs a lot. I'm noticing a lot more kicks. He's been effective with the tie kick. He's been effective with his hands, but he's not being busy enough. He needs to push the pace, and he needs to make Marshall pay.
Sure.
He's giving Marshall a chance to recover, and Marshall is not a slouch striking either. So.
Nope.
I don't know that Amir is really the guy who's winning these exchanges.
And when they get into those trading jabs and trading right hands, Marshall does seem to be landing the stiffer punches.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. He definitely landing the stiffer strikes of the two.
Another Mike Moses, another Evolve Academy guy. These guys really are running a factory down there of very good, very talented, all-around fighters. Oh, and he catches one south of the border.
Yeah. Got that time, going to give him a little time to recover. If your stomach felt sour, this is going to make it feel worse.
That is just no good.
But Mike Moses, good guy. I met Mike, when I first started training jiu-jitsu. So as a white belt is when I met Mike, and he's doing big things down there. He's an excellent Muay Thai guy, an excellent jiu-jitsu guy. He puts out good students, and he's got his. Besides the students, they got a soldier fit army down there. These guys came to the show. Like 400 or 500 people strong up here supporting their fighters. So, we need to give a shout out to them and thank them for their support of their fighters and Shogun fights.
For sure. Just a great group of guys. Like you said, Marshall Thompson, J.C. Cuffey, Zach Davis, Jason Morris. Shogun's seen a lot of really great evolving. Now, people are booing Marshall Thompson here. And,
that's ridiculous.
I never understand booing during a fight. These guys are in here, they're fighting their hearts, and in Marshall Thompson's case, literally his guts out. And booing is one of those things that I just don't understand. These guys are working hard.
Yeah, what are you booing? The man just got kicked into Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So give him an opportunity to catch his breath.
Exactly. You think at least the men would be sympathetic to it.
And these guys go right back to slugging, man. This is an exciting fight. And these guys are throwing down, so I'm impressed. Nice hook by Amir. Marshall, big kick and a nice 1-2 combination.
Absolutely, Marshall. Looks like he may have completely recovered. He's closing his mouth again. His face doesn't look as upset as it was in the first round, but maybe just the boot and rally in between rounds is what did it for him.
Yeah, he seems to really be content now to stand too. I don't see any takedown attempts. He hasn't really made any attempt to catch the kicks, which is what he did in the first round. He's just landing stiff shots to the face, and Amir's shots don't seem to be affecting him. So, he's standing up here and looking for the home run shot.
No, you're right. And, this is – oh, wow, Amir catches him.
Caught him with a little right hand there, right hook.
But this is where we're seeing some of the experience of Marshall Thompson paying off. Amir looks like he's a little concerned. He's pushing the pace a little too much. And Thompson's, like you said, not looking to take it to the ground. He's relaxing. He's hanging back. He knows that Amir's going to bring the fight to him. And there's nothing to suggest that he's going to stop catching him at the rate that he is.
Yeah, I agree. Again, if I'm Amir, I would really be looking to work that body. It's something that I don't think people do enough. The guy was hurt, and he should be capitalizing. But what you are seeing now also is that Marshall bleeding from his nose
and mouth, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to make it hard for him to breathe, and never a good thing when you're out there trying to fight with your nose bleeding.
Now, breathing's one of those classically good things. And, these guys are both coming out of their noses a little bit. Thompson's certainly heavier than Hawk. You wonder if that nose is broken. They've certainly done enough exchanging of hands to have that be the case. But Thompson, even a little bit of a smile here. Hawk's rushing in, his head's down, and Thompson is really, I'm very impressed with his patience here.
Yeah, this is, again, the toughest guy we've seen him fight, and so far handling the challenge very well.
But again, these Makido guys can come out with these spinning back fists and again, right there, and crazy kicks. You're never out of danger when you're against one of these guys. They're doing crazy stuff, and it's not stuff that you really train.
Yeah, pretty unorthodox style, but it's been effective. And you can take a look at Marshall and see that it's being very effective.
And, you make a wow. Two great kicks by Thompson to end that round. One to the face, one to the body. And,
you can take a look at Amir and see that Marshall's landing effectively. And there's two jabs. The right hand missed, but both jabs connected. Here we are back. That was another big knee, big right hand, just missed. Kick to the face, and here's the kick to the body. Bam.
This is, I think it's safe to say that this is the best that Marshall Thompson's stand-up has looked. I follow him on Facebook and all of his social media. He's put a lot of stuff out about how much he's working on his boxing and his Muay Thai. Letting it be known that he's not just a ground fighter. And Hawk, again, a stiff test, a tough guy. I don't think this is decisively in either guy's favor after 2 rounds. I think this one's going to come down to this round.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And the other thing Marshall's showing, he's definitely showing some new skills here in the stand-up. But the other thing he's showing me is a chin. Because he's been hit plenty and been tested by Amir, and he's staying right in the pocket and slamming.
Both of these guys have definitely had a chance to test the other's chin and had theirs tested as well. And they've stood the test until this. Wow!
Another spinning back fist.
That was a great spinning back fist. Guys like John, your friend Matt Serra sitting in the crowd tonight know how dangerous those can be.
Yeah, Matt was there. Just mentioned the name Shoney Carter, and everybody remembers the spinning back
I think
fist.
He still has a twitch.
Yeah, kind of sucked.
But, Marshall, again, nice and patient here. I don't like how Hawk is shelling forward as he's throwing punches. He's leaning forward, his head's going down, and he's opening himself up to these knees and these uppercuts that Thompson's been successful with so far.
No. Wow! Right hand and a left hook. Marshall going down to finish the job, and that was it.
Good stop. Hawk got caught. His head went back for a second.
Very, very nice combination and a big win for Marshall.
Absolutely.
Biggest test to date. Here we go. Atlantic Remodeling replay, right hand and left hook. Bop.
Beautiful.
And he goes in for the kill.
Hawk was dropping his hands and going for broke, but the problem with that is sometimes it can leave you broke.
Oh, hey, Marshall. 3 rounds, all heart. Tell me about the fight.
Well, guys, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but I threw up after the first round, man. I get no sleep the other night. My body's like, first time in 35, so my heart comes from the Lord, man. My heart comes from the Lord. So I want to give thanks first to him. I want to give thanks to Shogun Fights for allowing me to display my abilities on the people who support me, man. I know it was a war. I'm going to be a whole lot better next time. But I don't quit no matter what. That's something about me, man. I'm like Wolverine. I get broke down, keep coming. Get broke down, keep coming. I don't stop coming. I adjust to the game plan to get the win. So thank you guys for supporting me. ASP, Evolve, everybody who's been behind me, man. Coach One Punter and Max Muscle, Coach Herb, Robert Martin started me out. Tom Zarita, all the guys who helped me out run, stall, and stuff like that, man. If I forgot somebody, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a little blow right now. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. After these messages, I'll be right back.